Hey everyone, and welcome to part 4 of Becoming Whole and Complete Again. This is Natasha Fernandez, and today we are going to discuss a very beautiful aspect of the nervous system and how to regulate it with simple activities. In the previous videos, you must have already had an understanding of what trauma is, how it affects your psyche, how it affects your brain, and how it affects your body. So, just as an extension, I am going to cover a little bit on how it affects your nervous system, especially the vagus nerve. I always believe that our body is a miracle. The human body is a miracle. It will always, always, always support healing, well being, and regeneration. So now it's time for us to contribute something to our own body and be its best friend by focusing more on relaxation, rejuvenation, and well being of our own self. So, how do we do that? By being friends with our vagus nerve. The name Vega in Latin itself means that it's called as the wanderer. Now, the wanderer is exactly the nature of the vagus nerve. Right from the brainstem, it percolates down, connecting itself to almost all the organs and all the functions of the body. It is one of the longest cranial nerve and also has a bidirectional method, which means that it brings messages from your brain to all the organs that it connects and also takes messages back to your brainstem. And here, your body itself is made of more than 100 billion nerve cells. Okay, and this one is the longest and one of the most vital functioning because it controls all of your involuntary movements. Like to give you an example, it controls your speech, your swallowing, breathing, bladder movements, your circulation, your heartbeat, your orgasms, your fertility, and so much more of the other functions. Yes, of course, gut health and digestion. So, here, if your vagus nerve is impaired, or if your vagus nerve functioning is stressed out or not up to the optimum level, can you even imagine the number of places where it is going to mess you up? Your digestion will go for a toss. You will have maybe palpitations or irregular heartbeat. Your body is going to go under tremendous stress because your swallowing, your speech, your breathing may become shallow or increased. So it is. So this is also how stress looks like having a physical response. So that is why right from the start of the entire concept that I have been explaining, I have been telling that trauma has a physiological response, and this is how it looks like. So, what are the things that impair your vagus nerve? One, stress. Second, trauma. I understand that it is not in your hands, but then that's how it goes. It we have learned the theory in other videos about how it kicks in our flight and fight and freeze response. Okay, you can refer to the video number 3 and 2. And also the other habits like addictions, smoking, drinking, addictions with sugars, not having a good healthy lifestyle, not maintaining a good and relaxed sleep, lack of exercises, lack of movement, okay, taking too much of stress, overthinking. These are a few spaces which impair your function of the vagus nerve. And what happens then? So, if your vagus nerve is not at its optimum level, or if it is functioning at a lower level, that just doing whatever, like how you have an impaired function, as I have been telling you, at that time, what happens is instead of doing all of this, all involuntary, and at the same time, it is also responsible. If it is functioning at the maximum level, it will enhance your creativity, it will help you with complex decision making, and also with your prefrontal functions of the brain, which I said is the executive functions of the brain. But unfortunately, when it is not at that level, it is only going to stick to your system of fight, flight, and freeze, which is always going to either look for fear or look for stress. So your vagus nerve is always looking and searching for stress and fear. And that is not the best way of how your body is going to be supported. So, what are the ways? Okay, now that you know a few things, I'm not here to scare you, but this is information. So, what are the few things of where you can regulate the nervous system? One, by splashing cold water on your face, by regulating your breathing, by doing some yoga or exercises, by practicing pranayama every day, by singing, chanting, listening to relaxed music. These are the few ways of how you regulate your vagus nerve and help your nervous system come back into relaxation, digestion, and rest, just like how we are sleeping at night. So, here I am going to share two breathing techniques, okay? And we will be practicing it here. So, the ideal breathing technique that any person should practice who is wanting to stimulate and calm down their nervous system is the 2:1 breathing technique, the ratio of 2:1. But first, we will begin practicing by 1:1 because there may be many of you who have never practiced a breathing technique. The ones who you know, okay, of how pranayama is done and how yoga is practiced, please make it at least a 30-minute activity along with your breathing and a few asanas that you can do, which will contribute in a great manner to your body and well being. So now we are going to get back to practicing our breathing technique. So we are doing the 1:1 breathing. So when I say 1:1, it means that the number that you pick up initially for inhalation has to be equal to the number of exhalation. Okay. So for example, if we are picking the number 4, so what will I do? I will count up to 4 and inhale till there. And at the count of 4, I will keep exhaling. So for example, okay, I am starting to inhale. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. So you don't have to talk and do it. I'm just demonstrating. Okay. So again, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And the inhalation and exhalation has to be done with your nose only. Okay. I'll do it again without the counts, only by counting in my mind. So when you do this, okay, the ones who can go up to 8, excellent, okay. So the ones who practice a lot of breathing exercises can easily go up to 8 counts, else 4 to begin with is good enough. If you are a shallow breather, even 2 or 3 is good enough, okay. Once more, without counting aloud. So you're going to make it like a rhythmic cycle. You're not going to stop 1, 2, 3, 4 and then release it. No, we are not going to arrest our breath at any point. There are different techniques that way, but this is about just regulating and relaxing your vagus nerve. So I have just shown you 3 or 4 rounds of this. You can pause the video and practice, and I will just show you the pace again of counting. Like for example, when you're breathing up to 4 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can have this small pace. You cannot do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not going to relax you at all. So now quickly, let us practice the 2:1 breathing. So when I say 2:1, what does that mean? We are going to inhale 4 counts and exhale double. Okay. So when you're inhaling, it is almost like a belly breathing. So when you're inhaling, you are going to inhale right from your navel. Okay. And for exhaling, you're going to exhale double the amount. So I will count and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you are counting 4 to 8, okay, 4 versus 8, at 8 you should feel completely as if you have let your breath out. So now I'm going to demonstrate. You can watch my shoulder movements of how it happens when I'm counting in my head. So you will, when you're doing this, okay, you can pause the video and also do it with me. So when you're doing 2 is to 1, your body is completely going to only focus on your breath. And even when you get to do that, that itself is going to start calming your nervous system. So this, which I have just shown you, like 3 turns of each breathing, do it regularly to start with. And this one, you don't have to, wait for early mornings or evenings to practice. Anytime you feel stressed, anytime. If you do not, you know, get into a space to do 2 is to 1 breathing, at least start with 1 is to 1. Okay. So even like while watching the video or after watching the video, you can do this 1 is to 1 breathing. And when you do pranayama and yoga, that's preferably on an empty stomach or after you eat something light. There are so many resources on these things, and yoga is also known to relieve stress and trauma physically. Okay, so the ones who are doing it, great going. The ones who are not started yet, if you really want to stimulate your nervous system, please get to a class or get to any basic things. I really wouldn't recommend that you look at a video and practice, because it is a lot technical, and having a teacher even online or having a teacher with you is always beneficial. So these were my techniques, and in the next 2 videos, I am going to share more techniques of your mind and body in combination to combat your trauma, stress, and anxiety. Till then, take care and practice these breathing techniques until I see you next. Thank you.
Help Talks are daily health related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information, visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.